I Don't Give a Damn About My Bad Reputation is a famous song by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, but I would definitely say this is not the theme song for Harry and Meghan. Things are not going well for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as their reputation is now in tatters, with bullion allegations on both sides of the Atlantic, being labeled professional lazy grifters by Spotify executives with little to no actual success to show for their almost 5 years post-Megxit. Their only claim to fame and success is the victimhood narrative they are constantly crying about and the royal title clout chasing at every turn. Rumor on the street is there were major tantrums and tears behind the walls of Harry and Meghan's Montecito mansion, and Hollywood is heading for a breakup with the Sussexes. Have Harry and Meghan finally lost Hollywood for good, and what does this mean for their future? You guys, we have a lot of juicy royal daily tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the royal daily tea. Hello and welcome to the Royal Daily Tea. If you're new here, hi, my name is Michelle and we discuss all things royal with a side of facts and humor. I also have another YouTube channel, Royal Daily Tea History and Fashion, where we discuss royals from around the world, fashion, and other interesting topics. So if you'd like to check out my other YouTube channel, be sure to check out the link listed in the description. Now, we just hit 36,000 subscribers and we are well on our way to hitting my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you like today's content and you have not yet subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Now let's get into today's video. Meghan Markle was the prodigal daughter of California returning back to her people to show Prince Harry how it was done. But apparently 4.5 years later, Meghan Markle is finding out the hard way. Once you're on the D list, sweetheart, it's hard to get off the D list. Everyone knows you're a wannabe washed up showgirl who never quite made it in Hollywood. Now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have what I call the Hollywood cooties. Ever since the Hollywood Reporter took them down, nobody wants anything to do with them unless their agents at WME make them. So ever since the Hollywood Reporter wrote the scathing story on Meghan and Harry, with Meghan being depicted as the dictator in heels, things have been a little bit awkward, to say the least. Now add this to the list of Harry and Meghan being known as the moochers of Montecito, always trying to grift off other people's private planes or use their vacation homes. Their reputation is definitely preceding them. Now I can imagine they have worn out their welcome pretty quick among the uber rich. Couple that with their constant victimhood narrative and whinging on about their plot in life and the treatment from the royal family. People have had enough and they're bored and they are ready to move on. Not to mention they're a bit toxic. They have a very bad professional track record. It's subpar with very few wins in their portfolio. Spare and the docuseries are their only real successes, where once again they were talking about their victimhood. There's no real creative work ethic or success. Now, Harry and Meghan, they hit back saying that the story by the Hollywood Reporter was an inside job by a disgruntled employee. Yeah, it's called bullion allegations, Meghan, and that they're spreading falsehoods and allegations against poor little Megxie, and it's just simply not true. Now, we all know the Hollywood Reporter is considered the Hollywood Bible, and anyone who is anyone reads this publication. And we all know that the Hollywood Reporter is definitely not going to do a hit piece unless they have some receipts. Now, the Hollywood Reporter hit back. We have over 12 people who could corroborate our story. We have our lawyer's number if you'd like to call them. That's called checkmate, Harry and Meghan. They're not backing down, just like the Spotify executive who called you a lazy grifter never apologized nor retracted their statement. there seems to be a shift, a movement in the Hollywood Hills that's saying, we don't like you, Meghan Markle. We can't stand ya. We don't like your fake pretentiousness. The gloves are off. We ain't scared of you, sweetheart. You gonna sue us? Call your lawyer. Bring it. Bring it, sister. And I think Harry and Meghan are scared because for the very first time, they actually have people who are not backing down. They can no longer blame the British media. It's the media because now it's in Hollywood. They are now being trashed on both sides of the Atlantic, guys, just like those bullion allegations. So in my opinion, things are just not going well for Harry and Meghan. Again, once the Hollywood Reporter starts ripping you a new one, other people are going to follow suit. Just like Tom Bauer and Valentine Lowe have never been sued for their books. It proves there's a lot of proof in the pudding, sweetheart. And I don't think Harry and Meghan want to kick that hornet's nest because some truth might be flying out of there. Now, it's interesting that Ari Emanuel, who's one of the biggest agents for WME, hosted a huge after Emmy party. Anybody who was anybody was there but Harry and Meghan. Again, I don't understand Harry and Meghan. Do they think just because they're ex-royalty that people are going to flock at their feet? You know, Hollywood is about who you know, what you could do for someone, and networking is one of the biggest things you need to do to become a big Hollywood heavyweight mover and shaker. Apparently, no one told that to Megsy. She never appears at any of these huge industry parties. Now, you would think because Ari Emanuel is her agent, she would have been invited to the party. Now, granted, they were snubbed for an Emmy, and that went to the Beckhams. But Meghan, in my opinion, is kind of cowarding at home, hiding her face and possibly crying on the floor to anybody who would listen, mostly her staff, who are trying to make themselves scarce. Now, in my opinion, it's been 18 months since WME has signed Meghan Markle back in April of 2023, and as of yet, there are no really big deals that they have landed for Meghan. In my opinion, WME is going to let that contract run out, much like Netflix is going to do in March of 2025. Now, Prince Harry did show up for a Kevin Costner charity event, the same one they did last year for the first responders, where Meghan tried to steal the microphone. Again, one of my favorite moments. But apparently, Meghan Markle was unwell and she stayed home. Rumor on the street is that Meghan was told she cannot speak, so therefore, no mic, no Meghan. But Harry was out in good spirits. He gave a speech. He was joking with the crowd. Harry does seem to be the more likable, the more approachable of the two. Let's not forget he is the blood royal, the son of Princess Diana, and people seem to like Harry a little bit more than they like Meghan Markle. Again, Meghan Markle, the prodigal daughter who returned home to California, thinking she was going to prance onto the A-list, and found out very quickly she was still a D-list wannabe. Meghan Markle never quite earned her chops in Hollywood, and they don't like people cutting the line. So now that Harry and Meghan find themselves out in the cold in Hollywood, their invites are drying up, their deals are drying up. Now they're being dragged not only in the British media, but now in the US media, as the gloves have officially come off and people, quite frankly, don't care. They're not afraid of them anymore, and they're calling it as they see it. Their reputation now is going further down. Their bankability is going further and further down. What does this mean moving forward for Harry and Meghan? If they lose their deal with Netflix, and if American Riviera Orchard fails to get off the ground, I would say Harry and Meghan might be schlumping it back to old Not Caught, hoping they can sleep there rent free. But it's not looking good for Harry and Meghan, and I think it's going to get worse in 2025. What do you guys think about the American press and Hollywood finally turning their back on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.